Well, hey, and a wonderful Friday afternoon to all of you. This is Kelly from Keli-Kat Crafts, coming to you live. If that red light button is visible in the upper left, if it is missing, you're just catching me on the replay. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind putting down in your comments, hashtag replay, I would so greatly appreciate it. That way I know you were here, and if the book allows me, I can definitely thank you for stopping in. If you are able to join me live, say hello so I can give you a big old welcome. While you are trickling in just a bit, I'm going to find myself here to sprinkle out a little. And if you feel comfortable doing that, I would so greatly appreciate it. It really does help our pages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here while you guys are popping in. Say hello when you come on in. I would love to say hi back. How is everybody today? What is good in your neck of the woods? Oh, let's see here. Just a little sprinkling, guys. Next. Well, hi, Mom. How are you? Hey, Donna. Nice to see you, sweet lady. Is your Chex Mix done, Mom? Oh, my God. Did that look good? Hi, LaVon. Nice to see you. Happy Friday afternoon, everybody. It is cloudy here. It almost seemed like it froze, super froze last night. Because all the trees when I woke up this morning were just beautiful, I must say. And just a short while ago, I had those turkeys back, but they were at the spare room window. I had music playing down here. I was trying to prep a little bit, and I hear this loud knocking, and I'm like, well, maybe the neighbors are doing something. I kind of tiptoed over to the other room, and sure enough, there was like 5 turkeys there, just pecking their little hearts out on that window. Oh my gosh. And they can't really see me. I think they see their reflection. So I was able to get right up to the window and get some video for Greg so he can see. Well, hi, Diana from Chile, Maine. Nice to have you. How is everybody today? What is up? What's good? You know, all the things, right? It's cooling on the cabinet. I swear I can smell it. It sounds so good. So we're going to do something fun and a little bit different today, guys. I've never done this before, so we're going to kind of learn together. I like to try things because necessarily it may not be my style, even though I think I'm going to really like this, but maybe it is yours, so we should do some things different once in a while, right? So my sweet friend Sherry had sent me this quite some time ago. They want to learn how to craft, right? Gosh. And they are like tearing up the backyard. They use their feet to kind of dig down in the snow and see if they can get anything underneath there. And it is just like pretty ripped up, I gotta say. So when she sent me this, I was like, okay, I kind of want to try it. So it took me a little bit to get things together. I haven't done them before, but we're going to see what we can't do. And the person that she sent to me, the video, or the picture, I should say, was from a gal. Her name is Holly at Hot Humble Pie. That is the name of her Facebook page. And I think these are stinking cute. So we're going to try to recreate them with some differences. It was inspiring to me to see them. And I thought, ooh, I got to try it. Hi, sweet Donna Sue. Waiting to try the fudge. Oh, God, it sounds so good. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the holidays for all the eating, right? Hi, Susan from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome into you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, Tam, hon, how are you? Okay, so one last little drink of coffee. I'm almost done with it, and I'm not ready to be done with it, but that's all that was in the pot, and I figured I shouldn't make any more. Okay, have any of you heard of the app called Whatnot? You can go out there and buy things. You can search for things that you need. I'm pretty sure from what I'm seeing, and I'm just very new to it, that you can sell things out there and people must be buying these things in bulk. I'm not sure how they're able to offer them at such a low price. But I was looking for some bed springs. I don't think I've ever really done anything with bed springs before, and I thought maybe I can find some. Years past when I kind of was interested in looking for them, I myself thought they were a little bit expensive, so I went out to this Whatnot app and I just searched rusty bed springs. Thank you guys for those hearts. And I found a seller that had some of them for sale. You can put in like a pre-bid before they go live. So I did. I just started it out at $5 because I'm telling you, these ladies offer it so cheap. It's ridiculous to me. Hey, sweet Pamela. And I thought, I don't know, we'll see how this works, you know? And so all of a sudden I got a little email. It was after she would have had her live. It said you won the item. So I got 3 rusty bed springs for $5. I thought that was very, very reasonable, you know? Well, hey, sweet Jess, how are you, hon? Hi, Mary. You have? It's very new to me. I don't know that I'll ever sell on it. At least from what I see, I don't know if things that I make would be something to sell out on this whatnot. I don't know, but I've checked it out a little bit. And for the sake of buying things, you know, at a little bit more of a reasonable price, I thought I would give it a shot, and it worked out beautifully. But you haven't used it, Tam? So yeah, I just went in there and typed in what I wanted. It came up with sellers that had these items, and it said place a pre-bid, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. You're doing good, Jess. I'm so glad. Is your mama there with you? Give her a big old hug from me, okay? Hey, sweet Trish. Girl, it has been a hot minute. How are you? So nice to see you. So we are going to make some things that are going to go down inside these bed springs. I don't know how many we'll get done today, but I'll kind of tell you what I've been doing, and you can always put your own spin on it, right? So I took some cardboard pieces that I save when I get rice papers. If you order from Reba Rose or, you know, any of the places that have rice papers or things like that, you usually get something like this in your little package. Oh my gosh, Mom, that sounds so good. Greg would love it because he loves anything peanut butter. That sounds so delicious. All right, so then I kind of looked up online, Pinterest, all the things. Hi, my beautiful Trina girl. How are you, sweetie? I miss your face. Please say hi to that sweet and wonderful Mary Sue for us. Hi, sweet Linda. So there's lots of different ways that you can make these little cone shapes. I made a smaller one, and it's not big enough for me, but I think you could put this in something, even if it wasn't a spring. You gave some of these to me, Mom? Well, I wonder where the heck they are. A long time ago. You have bed springs in your garage that your husband has? Yay, Donna Sue, maybe this will inspire you. And I think you could do it tons of different ways. So as I'm kind of thinking through it, I'll tell you my thoughts about it. So one of the gals that I watched on Pinterest, I think it was. Aw, Trish, thank you, hon. I appreciate that. It's so nice to have you on. Too much. I'm ready for a vacation. Girl, you need another Wisconsin vacation? It's too cold here probably for you guys. So you take your piece, whatever it is. This is just a little piece of cardboard I had laying around. Some of the things that you get when you order things like this that are just a little bit more stiff than paper. I think you could do this as well without using something like this and just do a piece of scrapbook paper, cardstock, whatever you have. I think we can definitely make it work. And what they did, well, you are so welcome, sweetheart. Thank you for all that you guys did. So this particular gal found something in the shape of a circle, like a Tupperware lid or, you know, whatever you have laying around that's going to work. Hey, sweet Patty, happy Friday. She traced her circle, cut that out, and then she cut it like, if you were to imagine it like 4 pieces of a pie, she cut out 1 piece. It kind of looked like the Pac-Man face. And then she just rolled it up into her little cone like this. And I just stapled it because I don't care what that's going to look like. It's going to be covered up. We're going to make it kind of rusty, crusty, primitive. Hi, Jane. You are live, my sweet friend. So this one turned out pretty small because the circle I had was a lot smaller. So if you want to do it this way, cut yourself a nice circle, get something that maybe you can trace. Hi, Pamela. Unless you're really good at that, I am not. You could use a compass, what have you. Imagine it split in 4s. Use your ruler if you want to kind of measure that out, and then cut out one of the slices of the pie and roll up your little cone, like so. What I did is just kind of manipulated my paper, my little cardboard, to the shape that I wanted. And all I really did was just kind of played around with rolling it. Let me turn on my happy voice enhancer. There we go. Hey, sweet Jen, nice to see you. I'm trying to keep warm. Let me tell you, it's my craft room is down in the lower level of the house, and it's pretty chilly down here. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Stephanie, darling, how are you, pretty lady? Oh my gosh, Sandy, so good to see you. That is cold. I did not look at the temp today, but just looking outside is cold to me. All right, so I just kind of manipulated it how I wanted it. And if you're not happy with it, start over again. Hi, Mary. Hey, Sheila. So nice to see you. Hi, Barbara. Barbara, thank you so much for those stars, sweet lady. I so appreciate it. Hello, Gina. Welcome in. So I just kind of started, the bottom part a little tighter here. And then, because I want these to be big enough that we can stuff them with some fun and happy things to kind of embellish. So you just kind of get it how you want. You can make them skinnier, 22 by you, Mom. It's probably around, I would think, something around that area here too. And then you could either glue the sides to keep them in place. I just thought it would be a lot easier to staple them. Well, thank you, LaFawn. I appreciate it. And you can cut them. You could make your paper smaller so that you have some smaller ones here. And if you don't have bed springs, I think it would be super cute if you like that kind of grungy look to kind of grunge up like a mason jar would work, a smaller one. 65, Mary, I'll be right over. That sounds perfect. And, either look up how you want to make your little cones. Now you can also buy little cones like this. If you want to just wrap something around here, you could do fabric, I think. Hi, sweet Jill. We have 24, Jen. Thank you, darling. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome in. And then you could stick picks and different fake florals and such right in here. I had these laying around and I thought they might work. Hi, sweet Karen Jean. Nice to see you, dear. You have 26. Gotcha. Couple degrees warmer in Milwaukee, right? Thank you, Karen Jean, so much for the sprinkle. So that's an option too. Or you can make your cone and then stuff that inside there if you want to stuff your picks into it that way. Well, hello, Mary Jane. Nice to see you. So I made 2 of them up already. I just kind of wanted to show you what I did. And we're going to try to do something with them. Hi, Mickey. Good to have you. So I also had this like little double-sided tape. You can see some of it peeking out there. It just came on a little roll like this. I got it from that Hello Happiness store I tell you all about. So I stuck down a couple pieces, ripped off the top piece, and pushed it together to kind of keep this in there. Oh, LaFawn, wouldn't that be fun? I could make a couple different visits. And then I did a little stapling on the back. I think this is fine. We don't want it to be perfect. We want this to be grungy, we'll say. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. So we are going to try to kind of paint this one and see what happens. But also I have some like coffee dyed papers, some rice papers, some little like scrapbook kind of papers, I will say. I think they came from Temu. And we're just going to kind of play around and see what we can do. My goal is to at least get one of these done and zhuzhed up just to kind of give you some ideas. We're going to use some nasty little daubers I have here. And then I just pulled a whole bunch of different acrylic paints. So whatever kind of color you're going for, we're going to start with black. I like a little metallic copper. Hi, Cheryl Hun. Thank you so much for that sprinkle, guys. This is Antique Copper Metallic by Folk Art. I always say we can have grungy, but it can still be pretty, right? So whatever you want. We're just going to kind of put some of these out here and start kind of dabbing this on and see how we feel about it. I also have this little textured one. This is a Folk Art terracotta. It comes in a set. And I think I got it at Walmart quite some time ago. Hello, Terry. Nice to see you. To get up to 78. Oh, I was watching my friend Donnie last night. I miss him so often. And he had shorts on, and I was like, oh my gosh. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for the sprinkle. All right, just a few of these, and let's kind of see what we can do. I just squirted a little bit of water in here because I like, I want the paint to kind of move around a little bit more, so I like to get my little dauber wet first. Just a little bit. So let's kind of start with the black. I think it should be okay on this because it's thicker cardboard. Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. 62 in California sounds good too. Are you saying 62 in the mornings and then it warms up nicely? Ugh, I'm good with that too. I'm going to put an apron on because these are going to spray a little bit. So hold on 1 second. My apologies. Let's put on our little Christmas apron. I always feel bad wearing it because I don't want to get it dirty. This morning and now it's a beautiful 70. Oh, Patty, that sounds so nice. Hey, Lisa, it is so good to see you. Thank you, Gina, for the sprinkle. I appreciate that so much. Okay. So we're going to kind of just see how the cardboard is going to hold up with the paint. I think it's going to be all right, to be honest. And then I have many, many other ideas. And maybe we can incorporate them into this one, and or I'll just kind of tell you about them. And then you can put your own spin on these. So if you don't want to do Christmas-ish related, right? You could do these in whatever style that you like. It's 70 Trish by you. Oh my gosh. Aw, thank you, Jen. FB does so many wonky things, you know? The unfollowing, the notifications. The best way to know when I'm going live is to join my Telegram. So if you need that, just type in your comments, !notify, and it's all lowercase, no spaces. Type that in your comments. It's going to send you back a little link that you click on that'll take you right over to my Telegram channel. You do need the Telegram app, 57 in Tennessee. That's not bad either, considering, right? And it's going to get stinking cold here tomorrow. Hi, Kimberly. So good to see you. Get the Telegram app. It's free. And I use it to notify you when I'm going live, as well as if there's a sale on Totally Dazzled or any of those affiliate links that I have. And once you click on the link and it takes you over to the channel, you're just going to want to click join. I think it's on the very bottom. And then once you do that, you're good to go. When I go live, I'll send out a little message. Hey, join me live at 1 p.m., whatever it might be. And then you should just get a little notification ding from your Telegram app. And when you go to it, you'll see that and say, oh, Kelly's going live. That's the best way. And the only issue I've ever seen anybody have is accidentally putting their person in Telegram on mute. And then you may not get the notice. So if that ever happens to you, just check. It might be on mute. You just have to toggle it back on. Drop to 24, Lisa. Yuck, right? I think tomorrow was only going to be a high of like 3 degrees, something like that. Yuck. Hey, Jill. And ! Notify. Perfect. And then that little chat bot is going to send you back a link. You click on that. Hopefully it works for you. Otherwise, my Telegram link is in my link tree also. Hi, sweet Barbara. If you need the link tree, it's ! Linktree, LINKTREE. Hi, my sweet and beautiful Robin. Lisa, it's just ! Notify, darling. Otherwise, the rest is good. So let's just dry this up a bit. You don't have to be worried if it's not completely covered. It's supposed to look primitive and kind of rustic, right? How is my sweet and beautiful Robin? Now there's a little gap in there. I could tape that or glue it. I'm not concerned about it. There you go, Lisa. Perfect. Right, Jen? That's so happy. I love having you guys on with me. A little bit more water. I just want that paint to be a little bit more loose, if you will. And then we're just going to get down into where that fold is. Get the bottom. I actually think this could be something you could do with littles. Oh, Lord, that's not good, Robin. Yuck. For Georgia. If my fingerprints get on here or I take away some of the paint, I think that's just going to help keep it like we want it, right? All right. Let's take just a little brush, a little bit of water, just to kind of get down in there some. Hi, Mary Grace. Nice to see you. So what is everybody doing for the weekend? I am going to start wrapping gifts. Ugh, I'm pretty sure I'm done shopping. I'm real excited about that. So now it's just going to be wrap it up. I have had quite some fun making gift bags this year for those that will get a gift bag. So that's pretty cool. But of course, I like to wrap things for the kids, you know? How about you guys? Are you done shopping? Have you started wrapping? I can't see. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Shandan. Thank you so much for the stars. That's very nice of you. Shandan. I'm not sure if that's right. You have your last vendor event of the year, Lisa. Well, I hope it goes well. That's fun. I haven't done events for quite some time. At least around here, the best time always seemed to be like fall and Christmas. But it was also, you know, kind of a crapshoot. You just never knew. Right, Robin? Stock up on the toilet paper. Reorganizing your craft room. Girl, I need to do that, Patty, so badly. My friend Kimberly sent me something recently that were some kind of good hacks on things you could do to organize with items from the dollar store, and they were pretty good, I must say. I hope to be making some sugar cookies here with Greg while he's off the next couple of weeks. 12 family members on Sunday. That's awesome, Gina. That's right, Robin. Girls' weekend. I heard you say that, or Ronnie said that you were leaving them. I hope you have a wonderful time. I've been having just a emotional day, I got to tell you guys. You did all your shopping online, Mary Grace? I did a good amount of it online, too. It really is nice, isn't it? Just shop from the comfort of your own home. All right, I'm not going to rinse out my little dabber here, and let's just pick up some of these colors kind of all at the same time and see what we come up with, right? Girls' weekend sounds fun. Ooh, that's kind of fun. I like it. Haven't started shopping or wrapping, Tam? Do you have a lot to buy for? Or not too terrible? I like the way it looks when you kind of dab the paint on like this. You do whatever you like. But I think this is looking kind of nice. And you could definitely wrap this in fabric. I have some pieces out here that we might stick down inside a little bit just to give it some color. You could Mod Podge over this and sprinkle it with some cinnamon. It's going to be, you did some shopping yesterday, Barbara, in the teens and worse here too. You stay nice and snuggly warm. So I just have like some copper, metallic going on here. I think I have one called espresso. And or if you have some bed springs, but you want to rust them up just a little bit, that would be super easy to do too. Put some Mod Podge on there, brush on or sprinkle on some cinnamon, and then I go right over the top of it again with more Mod Podge. and stash Lisa here too. Now it's like, all right, let's get out everything and kind of see where we're at, right? Thankful for me, Greg likes to help. And I love it. And he is a very good rapper, I must say. So the first year that he was like, well, I'll help you. I'm like, what? Gift cards here with the exception of the great grands, right, Lois? I get that too. No problem, sweet Barbara. So, I mean, I am liking how that looks. Not a bunch. That's good. That is good. Maybe come in with some of that textured terracotta just for a little bit of a different look. I mean, think of all the ways that you could do these, right? You could do them all in like white if you want to, and add snow text or snow paste on here if you want them to be more wintry. Maybe you're not much for the primitive. So fun, right? Hi, Devana. You're never late, darling. Hi, Celeste. Just need to get her done with wrapping. Same here. So I have another one done over here. Another one rolled up. We might as well get on in there. Let's use kind of what I have left. And I thought a grouping of 3 of these would be pretty. That is what Holly did at, what did I say? Hot Humble Pie is the name of her page. You don't have your tree up yet? That's okay. Plenty of time, Jen. Gary does most of the wrapping. That's so nice. He even picks up good paper. That's so sweet. I love that. Gift cards, sometimes they just, I've found that too with my, my bonus grandkids that are getting a little bit older. They want to go and do the shopping, you know, for what they want. And I would much rather that than spending the money, you know. Thank you, Celeste. And having it be something that they're like, we didn't want this, Grandma. So that's okay with me. It sometimes, you know, I like to have a little something for a gift, but if it makes them happy, I'm okay with it. So just dab on. I think black is a good base. And then whatever colors you like to make it a little rusty or what have you. It would be super pretty patinaed, I think, too. So we'll just do up these 2. But it would be beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but I always have mason jars kind of hanging around. You could grunge up a little mason jar and stick one down in there. And then, you know, embellish around the mouth of your mason jar with twine or ribbon or however you want it to look, right? To add to it, I think. Devana, it's called Form Flex. F-O-R-M Flex. And if you're interested in purchasing it, they don't do affiliates or anything. It's just that I love it so much. I use it often. Hey, Patricia, nice to see you. Let's do a little copper here. And you would just go to their website. It's www.formflex.com. And that's how you can order. Oh, no, Barbara. I hope everything's okay. Hi, Deborah. Happy holidays to you, sweet lady. It's super nice to see you. And it's just fun. I don't know. It's fun to me to kind of play around. Hopefully they call you back, Barbara. And everything's okay, my sweet friend. Formflex is amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm working on an ornament for my brother. I try to make him one every year. He's kind of, you know, the man's man, the hunting, the fishing, all the things. So I'm making him one this year of like a scene with a deer in there. And I'll be putting some Formflex on there as embellishments. So that's looking kind of fun, isn't it? I like it. Oh, Barbara, don't let that happen, sweetie. I know I tend to, do the same things. I always think the worst, right? Don't think the worst unless you have to. Hi, Cynthia. Nice to see you. Barbara, do you have a shop where you sell what you make? I don't have an actual shop per se, but I usually do have some silent auctions on my page. Hey, sweet Vicky. And pretty much everything I make is for sale. So if you ever see something that you're interested in, just shoot me a messenger message and we can definitely talk about it. And I will usually post silent auction items. That just means I post the item, like a picture of it. I include the dimensions, maybe some details about it. I'm going to add a little more copper to this one because I'm liking that. I give you a starting bid and the dimensions. In case I didn't say that, I'm sorry. Thank you, Vicky. And if you're interested, then you just place your bid underneath the picture. I let you know how long the auction is running. And at that time, I will go in there and comment who the winner was. And then we just message back and forth. I get your address. I figure out your shipping. I let you know your total and where you can make payment. And I get it out to you. All right, I think this is going to be real good on this cardboard. And also, I think it would be beautiful to wrap, scrapbook paper around this if you wanted something with more of a design and you're not really into this kind of look, right? Mary Grace, these are going to be stuck down into some rusty bed springs that I purchased recently. I didn't know until I went to my heart doctor, your primary care. Oh, really, Barbara? Well, I am saying a prayer for you that everything is okay. So these are the little springs. They're going to go down in here, and we're going to fill these with some happy kind of primitive looking items, hopefully. So save your little, like your little scraps of things that you use if you use greenery or you like fake florals, things like that. I think all those little guys could be pretty in here. This year I have had a heck of a time finding like greenery, regular old greenery, if you will. I really miss having Joann's to shop at. Even at some of the thrift stores where they normally have quite a bit, they didn't. They have not. Unless it was just all bought up, All right, just kind of going down in there. I like it. Both are a little bit different. I think we're going to leave it just like so. Where do I want this for right now? Right there. Let's dry these up a bit. You have 3 springs? That's happy. Thank you, Gina. Me too. Right, Patty? They always had those kind of things that I'm looking for in like the little berries and all that kind of stuff. Amazon does, Devonna. I didn't even think about looking out there, to be honest with you. I'm not sure why. And I thought my stash was a lot bigger, that I had a lot of those picks and branches and things like that. I didn't. If you have, a yard where you can pick up branches, pine cones, things like that, I think those would work in here. So it's just a nice smattering of all these colors. Smattering, I'm not sure. Factory Direct has some sales. Oh, Barbara, that's good to know. Thank you, Devonna. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. And I like doing some things that can stay out a little bit longer than Christmas items. So if you're doing, evergreens and pines and snowflakes and things like that, in my opinion, those can stay out all winter, right? I always say that every year that we craft together, after Christmas is taken down, I forget what I had out for decor, and it just looks so blah after you take all the beautiful Christmas items down, right? Now, if you want this a little bit more rusty crusty, maybe you come in here with some like burnt orange colors, some tans, things like that. Hey, Mary Beth, so good to see you. Thank you. That is very kind of you. I know there's many on in Friday Favorites today. That is a group that you can follow on Facebook here. It's called Friday Favorites. And always at the very top of the screen, once you go there, you'll see the lineup for the day. 30 miles away. I know, right, Patty? And actually, I was at Hobby Lobby recently with my sister Paula, and I went there exactly for these things. They hardly had any picks left, and normally where they are, they weren't. So they moved it to a few aisles, you know, and mainly all the like glitzy, glamoury, sparkly stuff, which, hey, I like, but that's not exactly what I was looking for this time. So I was super disappointed, and so was she. We're like, where is it? Michael's, they're okay, but me personally, I feel like they're a little more expensive. All right, just want these pretty good and dry so we can kind of start working with them, right? 30 miles away, yeah, right? I like close by places, and even the dollar stores didn't have them. Last time I was there, they had no Christmas like picks out that I would call them, or wintry ones. They still had all the fall out. They are, I know, but if that's all you have, right? Not much you can do about it. So those little staples in there don't bother me a bit. All right, I think that is good. So let's close these up for now. I think I can take this off. Okay, so here's some of the options. And what I am noticing about the bed springs, hi Diane, so nice to see you. Happy Friday to you. You're gonna have to kind of manipulate them to hold this. So depending on how you want it to look, this one's not bad, but once we put all the stuff in there, hey, sweet Carrie, it might have to be bent forward a little bit just so it stands up nicely. We are making some little cones in these rusty little bed springs. We're going to fill them with all kind of happy things and just deck them out to be a little bit more primitive looking, we'll say. So let me just grab some of the things to kind of give you ideas. Save your little book pages. If you buy thrifted books or whatnot, I like to coffee dye them. I just pour brewed coffee in a little baking pan, throw in my papers, lay them out on paper towel to dry. This one I went over with some vintage photo ink, and I crumpled it up just a little bit. So if you wanted to stick something like that, you know, inside there to keep with your little primitive look, I think would be cool. So we're going to kind of decide together. Let's see what else I have here. Remember when I did the coffee dyeing, and if you set a stencil right on top of the paper when it is drying, it will leave behind those beautiful patterns. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun doing those. Hi, Francine. Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you. So we could definitely, let me just think here for a moment, do something with this one. Your little scrap pieces of scrapbook paper would work too. And for that matter, you could, you know, put a piece around your little, that's kind of cute, around your little cone shape there if you like to. I think that's a good idea. Here's kind of a primitive looking rice paper. It is so much fun, Gina. I hope that you do. So this would be perfect kind of down inside there or wrapped around. And if we're going to be stuffing it, you're not really going to see a whole lot down in there. So I'm thinking we don't have to put much deep down in. I try to buy these little booklets of music papers when I'm out and about thrifting. They're usually super cheap. crumple them up, put them in some brewed coffee, some tea, whatever you like to use. Let them soak in there for as long as you want, then let them lay to dry. You're good to go, and you have these pretty little pieces, and they're not super white then. So we could put one of those in. Here's another one I did, laying a stencil on the top while they were drying so that you could cut these out if you want smaller pieces. I kind of like the idea of a little bit of fabric. So I have these darker, you know, like pine green pieces here. And so let's just see how I like this. And I want, you know, just a little bit of it hanging out. So I think I can cut this. It's a nice little piece of fabric I got from Mel's Crafting Corner. If you had old doilies, or if you have fresh ones, just coffee dye them. They will look then a little bit more primitive. I have some of those too, so we might do a combination. So let me just cut this hunk off. A little handkerchief would be cute in here. Whatever you like. Doesn't look like the edging that I can really pull to make it look a little bit more war, but that's okay. And I want to leave room to put in our goodies, right? I will move this over so you can see a little bit better. There we go. Just kind of a little bit of that hanging out. Could definitely glue it in there. Let's see if we want to do that. I have some doilies here. Whoops. So these were just dipped in tea, I believe. So they're not super, super dark. So kind of having that hang out, you know, to show in there is super cute. All right, so let's do a little bit of gluing. Just decide how much I want hanging free. And I'm going to I'm just going to snip some of the edging a little bit just to make it look a little bit more war. I don't see any comments, so hopefully they haven't stopped. Same thing up here. I'm just kind of going with it and having a little fun with it, right? Maybe you don't want your cone quite as large and in charge. You could make some little ones. Those would be cute too. Just kind of give it that little frilly edge, right? I like it. And we're going to glue just a little bit on the inside, I think. Just a little hot glue, just to kind of tack that in place. Greg and I were talking recently, for those of you who are new to me, Greg is my husband. That's so weird to say. About things, you know, that we loved as kids this time of year and for winter and things like that. We've talked about it a few times on the lives here for sure. Thank you, Gina, darling. It's good. Comments are there. Thank you, Barbara. And isn't it, I wish that we could go back and appreciate it more than what I probably did then, you know? We talked about putting Wonder Bread bags in your boots to go outside. We always had to make our own fun, really. Which was okay. I liked it. Some of the things that, you know, like our parents told us, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. If you, you know, keep your eyes crossed for so long, they're going to stay that way permanently. Just all the things, right? Do you guys have any things that you can think of off the top of your head that your parents may have said that stick with you a little bit, you know. You remember doing that too? It was so great. Hi, sweet Miriam. So nice to see you. All right, that's what we have so far. And I think it will be easier to kind of start tucking some things in here and maybe put this in throughout or some of the little book page portion. I have these also, so we might do the other one with one of these. Hi, my sweet and beautiful Lynette. I'll give you something to cry about. That was one for sure. Linda, that's what my father said for sure. So I thought these were kind of pretty, very primitive looking. These came from Temu, and there's all, you know, different ones in there. So you could definitely crumple these up a little bit, right, Diane? Don't put your tongue. Hi, Judy. I missed that. Hold on. On the schoolyard fence, right? Finally you can watch. I'm so happy that you can, sweet Stephanie. Brush crush art. I love that. So you could crinkle these up too, and or let's just try one. Just because I really like that there's like little scripty writing on here. It's kind of all the colors that we used. If your friends jump over the falls, are you going to? That is a good one, Linda. Don't swallow watermelon seeds or they're going to grow in your belly. That's one that we both said. That is so funny. All right, let's crumple it. Because I like that look. And then let's just, I want to tear off that straight edge just a little. I also think these would be so pretty if you did them in, you know, kind of sticking with one color. If you did those pretty blues that I'm always talking about, that would be gorgeous. Maybe you love red with metallic. That would be gorgeous too. The faster you run for me, the harder I'm going to beat you. Same here, Judy. Same here. Or you're in trouble, but you're in bigger trouble if you lie to me. That was a big one for me. Don't lie, you know? I'm going to move this aside for a second. Let's take our little vintage photo, distressed oxide here, and just make sure we're kind of icking up those edges, we'll say. So I think it's all about layering in these. And again, I've never made them. My sweet Sherry, if you watch on replay, thank you so much for sending this to me. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I want to try it. And this beautiful Holly from Hot Humble Pie is who had posted it, and she shared it with me. So then if you go over the paper like this also, you're going to get that ink into all those little areas where you crunched it up. And I think that looks really cool. Yes, and that it's going to stay in your stomach for 7 years. Was that one? Go ahead and try me for sure. Oh, hey, sweet Tammy, hon. How are you feeling? I hope you're doing okay. We're going to actually do the back of this just a little, in case some of that is kind of seen from the other side. Let's do that. Isn't that cool looking how that looks in all the little folded pieces, you know? Wait till your dad gets home. Oh, my Lanta. My dad always worked second shift, always, my whole childhood. So my mom was stuck with my brother and I'll tell you, for a long time. Isn't it all right, Lynette? Thank you, Linda. Like if Dad had to get involved, there's a pretty good chance that you're getting it. You're getting it real bad. Hi, Addie. Nice to see you. Welcome in. So this little book page I think is kind of cool too. And this will help take up a little bit of the space in there. I'm just going to kind of crunch them together-ish. And stick those down in there a little bit. You know, however you like it. I don't know who is the Great Grapevine. I've never heard that one. I love that. Hi, Glenda. Happy Friday. It will stick to your innards. Yes, for 7 years. Did anyone ever hear that? What was up with that 7-year thing? And Greg has told me that he swallowed gum all the time. He says, I can't chew gum because I will swallow it. I just can't not do it. You would beg her to spank you. Now, I don't know about you guys, and I'm not saying anything bad. I'm sure we had it coming, you know. We got spanked with a wooden spoon, and it freaking hurt. You're okay, still healing, but okay. Well, I am sending you all the positive thoughts that I can, and all those prayers for you, sweet Tammy. All right, let me see what I want to add here. So let's start putting in some of this stuff that I have kind of laying around here. I have a ton of it. Just some little excess greenery that I had laying around. And I've had this little hunk just kind of sitting around here forever. She never did. I remember getting the belt a couple times as a kid. And I don't know. I don't agree with it now, I'll tell you that. With a wooden spoon, right, Diane? No cell phones. Hold on, I gotta look and see what that said. See if I can't cut off. There we go. This big old portion we don't need. Really, Mary Jane? Her slipper. It was the neighbor lady. Oh my goodness. I would get on my horse and stay gone all day riding to the river and swimming. We were free back then. Isn't that the case, sweet Judy? You just didn't have the worries that we did today, isn't it? Was a spank paddle with Right, Francine. And it was always in the bathroom where you got your punishment. I don't know why. And when my brother got it, and quite honestly, he had it coming because he used to beat me up on the daily. And I mean, beat me up. But at a yard sale, the tape was still on it with the price. My mom broke a few over our behinds. I'll tell you, there was the joke. And oh my gosh, right, Tammy? Gosh. Hi, Kim, how are you? Welcome into the conversation we're having about what things were like when we were kids. I like this. I think that's pretty with just that little bit of that super dark red. You know, Greg and I were talking recently, and that's why I brought the conversation up that what kind of things do you remember your parents saying to you as a kid that scared the bejeebers out of you? Like, all right, now we're getting a little heavy here. I brought you into the world, but I can take you out. Hi, Paula, how are you? I actually got these off of an app called Whatnot. Have you heard of it? Let's try and bend this a little bit. They were $5 for 3 of them. And maybe I need to, this reminds me of, what was that Suzanne Summers exercise thing that she had on TV for a long time? I used to get the belt about 4 times a week. If you cried, you got it harder. Oh my God. My mom would always say, this hurts me more than it hurts you. Like, really? I bet not. I bet it doesn't. Okay, so I think I'll just have to mess with that spring a little bit when I get all my goodies in here. And I don't think we need a ton. Thank you, sweet Lynette. All right, just a little bit. Oop. See what I mean? They're kind of making it a little top heavy. These I did get from Hobby Lobby. I thought those were super cute. Yes, Jen, the Thigh Master, right, Bobby? Gina. You have a whatnot addiction? Really, Barbara? You're going to start having whatnot auctions. That's so interesting to me. I've had a few people tell me you should get on there. I can't believe you're not. Well, I guess I didn't know if things that I make would sell out there. Thank you, Patty. Yes, they did. And my mom had several middle names that she made up along the way. Like for my brother, he had like 4 extra names, I feel, added in there. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue so that those don't fall out. We all turned out pretty good. Isn't that the case? And everybody else, you know, got the same kind of thing. It wasn't just us, right? Putting some weights on the bottom spring to help with the balance. I could definitely do that. The Thigh Master. I love that so much. Me too, actually, Tammy. Me too. Well, Lisa, I wish you the best of luck on your whatnot auctions. And take the leaves off and go to town on our bare legs, stung like crazy. Isn't that something? Oh, I find that just crazy to think of. I think as I get a little bit more in here, some of these things will stand up a little nicer. So I have a couple little pieces of pine tree here. Thank you, Mary Lou. Nice to see you. Really, Lisa? That's so interesting. And then just kind of, you know, move the things around or rearrange your papers and things so that you can see them how you want to. Let's maybe put one in the back. Pull those out a little. I think you could also make this part ahead of time and maybe use a little bit of twine to hold everything together on the bottom and then just plop it down in here. That probably would work nicely. We're going to leave that one out until closer to the end. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that either. I have a better idea. It's not staying in there. Wait till your mom gets home. Oh, wait till your dad gets home. I'm sorry, Kim. Whatnot can get you in trouble real quick. Pamela, I believe that. Walk of shame. Pete, oh, that had to hurt so much. Isn't it, Donna? So true. Had to be home when the streetlights. We never had streetlights. We lived out in the country. But my mom would put on the porch light, and you better have had your hiney in there. You've never heard of it, Diane? So I got this from Hobby Lobby too. Let's put a little bit of that in the bottom. Thank you, sweet Jen. Diane, it's kind of it is. It's an app. And from what I'm seeing, people sell everything from apples to zippers, I always say. That's what my mom would say. Vintage stuff, craft stuff, clothing, toys. Pretty much anything you can think of, I think it's out there. Oh, that's good. I think that'll help. Just kind of keep some of those things a little bit more stable in there. Someone else's kids? No way, especially with Aunt Patty. Oh my God, I never, no. I even had trouble, you know, I have trouble disciplining kids that aren't mine. Some people are real wonky about that. Okay, that's helping. I don't know if I want the pine in this one. It's a little bit too much. Or these, to be honest with you. Let's do a few of these. Those are always pretty. This is from the Hobby Lobby also. I got all kinds of things over here. I think those are pretty for a little bit of that red. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing. I'll try to turn often so you can kind of see where it's coming. that. That's much better. Just a little pop of that red in there. Now you could use like some kind of moss or raffia, if you call it that, I think. Oh my God, Tammy. You hit it, he found it and cut it into 3 pieces. Like if you messed up as a kid, you know, you messed up and you knew bad things were about to happen. I actually thought these were kind of cute. They're either black or like a super dark navy blue. So we're going to put a few of those in there. And then you could always switch this stuff out, you know. Hello, sweet Lisa. Nice to have you guys. And really, I don't think it takes a lot to fill these up and have them look pretty cool. Let me put that back down. All right. Let's see how I'm feeling here. Then I have a whole bunch of little pieces of fabric that we can tie around there. Wayne buys jewelry. He does, really. I had no idea. That didn't hurt anything but my feelings. Oh, Ken. Oh my God. Really, Mary Jane, you poor thing. That is just not right. Children should be seen and not heard. My dad said that often. I have a couple different bracelets like this. I absolutely love them. They are Swarovski crystals on there. And they come from a place called Touchstone Crystal. I was going to say whatnot. All right, so we have some of that green. Let me see what I like. Let me see. Kind of like that. I think. Prop you up there. Maybe I actually need it taller instead of sunk down. Well, and then things changed so much over time where, you know, somebody heard that when your kid went to school, that they were being treated that way. It was not good, right? That didn't hurt anything but my feelings. Oh my God. Ugh. Hang with me. Don't leave me, guys. Just kind of experimenting here to see if I can't get them how I want them. It's got to be pushed more that way, I think. And all the things, like there's a country song that basically talks about, you know, how things were in that time and how you drank out of a garden hose and all those things. Thank you, Francine. I appreciate it. Fried bologna sandwiches and just all that weird stuff. I can't think of the name of the song at the moment, but it's a good one. Thank you, Jen. My mom said that to us, Tam. She was always the one really to do the disciplining because we were home with her when my dad was at work. So if it was, you know, you're not doing your schoolwork or your brother is, you know, beating the crap out of you or whatever. And boy, did he ever. She had to deal with it, you know. Thinking back on it now, I'm like, I'm sure it wasn't fun. All right, so I just tied like a little knot around there. And then I grunged up a whole bunch of little metal things that I had laying around in my little craft stash. So I had silver little stars like this. They're metal. And I basically did the same thing. I painted them all black first. Then I came in and kind of stippled on all kind of different colors. Did the backside also, just in case you see that. Then I put Mod Podge on there, a good coat of it. Sprinkle some cinnamon on there. I kind of shook off the excess, and then I go over it again with Mod Podge. And when you let it dry, this is what it comes to look like. Hi, Joyce. Yes, if you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about. Was very infamous at my house. I did a whole bunch of little bells to make them a little rusty crusty. Had a front door, right, Donna? I had a big star and some of that dry cinnamon. I like the way that looks. Hi, Linda. That didn't hurt. Oh my gosh, that would make my mom, my brother did that several times, and that would make my mom so mad. So mad. All right, so we're going to put this guy back in because I liked him. Just kind of back in there. Peeking out. I think we're good with that. So the last part that I wanted to put in here, and this is what I like so much. Your mom was the Oh, I see what you mean. She had the discipline you. Yes, Francine. I'm sure it was hard for my mom. Is these cute little rusty, crusty candles. I got these on Amazon. It was a pack of 6 of them, I believe. Battery operated ones are already done up for you. I found some at the dollar store, but when I got them home, and I think it was $7 for the package, I knew what you meant, sweetheart. They were white, and I thought, well, that's okay. I can kind of grunge them up myself. They were all connected on one strand, and they had little clips on them to like clip them into your tree. So those weren't going to work. Hi, Marlene. But these weren't expensive at all. 6 of them in there. They're nice, hefty size. They're about, I'm guessing, maybe 6 inches. Thank you, Gina. A little bit more. Maybe 6.5 inches high. And I think that in here will look ever so pretty. I gotta make a little space for it to go down in there a little bit. So I don't mind this kind of primitive look. I think it's kind of nice. And quite honestly, I sometimes think that I just like a little bit of everything. So that's going to definitely add a little bit of weight. I want this one in there. Hold on. Another one of these guys, maybe. We'll bend some of that over. Kind of like how that's looking. So cute. Isn't that fun, Mary Jane? I can definitely post the link, sweet Lisa, after the live. I will post it on my page for you. No problem. So I think we're going to just glue a little star right on the middle of our little bow there. My mom said that too, sweet Carrie. Oh, my Lanta. And I always thought to myself, I really don't know. I really don't know if it does. Can't believe you're saying that to me as you're spanking me with a wooden spoon. You know? Oh, and then just kind of pull, and if you want more of your fabric showing, something, I feel like I'm missing something else. Maybe another piece of that with there. Thank you guys so much. You're most welcome, Lisa, of course. All right, a little glue snot string there we'll get rid of. And I think with primitive, like I haven't done it a whole lot, but I think, you know, with anything really, it just doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if we let it be, thank you, Patricia. Don't really know how she kept her sanity. Isn't it, Francine? Aw. Don't make me get up. You're so right. All these things. Greg and I had quite a good time laughing about some of the stuff because I was like, wow, you grew up in the same kind of household I did, you know? Kind of bend over our little pages. You could put some little baby's breath in there. Might look kind of nice for just a little bit of a lighter color. The springs actually came from Whatnot. It's an app that you can get, and people sell stuff on there like crazy, crazy, crazy mad for very, very reasonable. Hi, my beautiful Regina. It's nice to see you 2 days in a row, hon. Let me get just a little tiny bit of baby's breath, okay? I think that's going to look kind of pretty in there. I'm sorry to walk away. Hold on. Hold, please. I'm coming back. Don't leave. Just going to cut off a big old bunch here. I get my baby's breath from Hobby Lobby. It's in where they have like all the dried flowers, and you get quite a huge bunch for maybe $7 or $8, I think it is. So let's just tuck a little of this. Oh, I like that. That is my jam right there. Thank you, Patty. Just to bring a little softness to it, I think is nice. Cut that. What are you guys thinking? Is this something you might try? Just kind of a little bit, I think, goes a long way. But that looks so cute to me. 10 of us. Oh my gosh, Donna Sue. Thank you, Jen. Oh, good, Linda. Definitely want to see it when you're done. I love that. I think that is just stinking cute. So fun. Yeah, and if those little staples there where I stapled it, you know, to keep it shut, if that bothers you, just rust it up a little bit. Put that, you know, cinnamon over there a little, so you kind of get a layer over the top of them. I'm gonna cut this one just a taste, like Robin would say. Our little fabric kind of peeking out, our book page looks kind of cool in there. Oh, good, I'm so glad. 6 kids. No dollar bills. Barbara, I love that. I think that is just awesome. You gotta love our parents. Oh, that is just so cute. Should we do one more together, or have you had enough? I think you could too. Thank you, sweet Joanne. I appreciate the sprinkle. I like that. This is a smaller one. I think we can do it. Let's do it. So here's another little piece of fabric. Thank you, Francine. Thank you guys so much for those hearts. So this one, let's do a little cut again. I'm not sure. This stuff might rip. It does. More and more. Okay, good. Hi, Alta. Nice to see you. It's kind of fun that it rips. If you have like muslin fabric, I think is what it's called, that would work in here. If you want to keep it a little bit more neutral. Let's do that one down here. And right off the bat, we're going to put some of that green stuff in there. You too, Gina. Thank you so much for being here. 14, Joyce. I can't even wrap my head around that at all. What is this even called? Oh, Excelsior. I always wondered what that was. I see so many people use it. I'm like, what is this stuff and where do you get it? I guess I just figured that out. It doesn't seem quite as messy as like moss would be. She would not grow. She hit me in the head with glass ashtray. Linda. Oh my God, you must have had to have stitches or something. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. How are you, Alta? It's so good to see you. All right. So we'll have that kind of coming out just a little bit. Then I think in this one, I want that little doily. I have another one that's super small. I think we need the bigger one. because I love the look of little doilies on things. So cute. Let's have that kind of going on the side, I think. Little peaks, right? Okay, let's see what else we have here, guys. Let's see, maybe this one. Oops, let's do a little hunk of this star paper here. So this was just a snip art stencil that I laid on top of this paper after I dunked it in some brewed coffee. And I just laid that stencil right on top. Let it dry really well. Don't move it, anything like that. And when you come back and lift off that stencil, you're going to have that beautiful pattern underneath. Where is my little... Here we go. Oh my God, right in front of me. Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate that. Let's do those little edges up. Are there many people here watching that are primitive kind of decor people? Lots of times people ask me, well, what is your style? Oh, I've just been making candy Alta. That sounds good. What kind? People say, yeah, what is your style? I'm like, oh, I like vintage. I like this. I like that. I'm like, I guess I'm just pretty much all over the board, right? Rip your edges and then ink them up a little bit if you have some little ink pads. I like to crumple it a little. That must be the name of my father too. Oh my gosh. Broke your nose. That's insane. Well, hi, sweet Phyllis. How are you? So nice to see you. I'm going to push that down in there first, then come back in with our green stuff. To me, it's kind of like journaling, what I'm learning. Sometimes in journaling, it seems to me, thank you guys for those hearts so much, that it's a lot of layers, and sometimes you're covering up, you know, a lot of what you just put down. So I'm like, why do that then if you're not going to see it? Well, it's these little bits and pieces that you're seeing kind of stick out. Hi, Regine. Nice to see you. Fancy Victorian. I love that too, sweet Donna Sue. Hi, Belinda. Super nice to have you. We are just putting together some little cones, if you will, that we made out of just a stiffer cardboard. And we're going to stick them down into some rusty bed springs that I purchased. So we're just kind of zhuzhing them up right now. You can even come in on the tips of your doilies or whatever and ink that a little. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate it. Isn't it? Well, Joyce, I know what you mean, but boy, isn't it something how things have changed, right? Isn't it just something? So we have little picks and berries and all the fun things. What else do we have here? Another one of these guys. I think that is super pretty. And you could totally make this kind of stuff with some beads and just some, like those thinner skewers, I think would be perfect for that. Have a little more sticking out the side there. I think that matches, so we're going to continue on with that. Thankfully, we're all okay to talk about it, right? So I guess now when I look at those little balls here, they look like a navy blue against that green. I like it. Maybe this one we do put a little pine in. And maybe even a few little pine cones would be cute. And honestly, I thought I was going to need a lot more stuff in here. I don't think we do. You could put little pieces. Let me see if I have any as I'm thinking about it. think we need something tall in the back. I don't like that. Hold on, hold on. Do a little baby's breath in there. Let's see. I buy things like this when I see them thrifting because you can cut these off. And kids today would never know, isn't that the case? We did make the this portion right here just out of like a thicker cardboard that sometimes you get when you order, rice papers or different things like that, where they're trying to keep them flat and you get them in an envelope. So something like this would work. You could do scrapbook paper, Joyce. Cardstock would work too. I think that would be fine. Oh, what was I going to look for? A little bit. So I don't know why, but it's proving to come in handy. Whenever I see weird things like little wires like this, it's just kind of a copper wire. If I'm thrifting, I pick them up because I like to make the little curly cues with them. Just wrap them around. Hi, Natalie Marie. Whatever you have handy. A paintbrush, a pencil, popsicle stick, whatever. Wrap them around. I like them a little bit longer. And then when you pull it off there, you have that little piggy tail, I call it. And you can stick that in for just something kind of fun and different. Bend it over a little bit. I have some gold stuff. You can, of course, buy like jewelry wire that is softer and a lot easier to work with. Or if you prefer something a little bit stiffer, then get something that's a little thicker gauge. You know what I mean? But I think that looks cool. I used to do a lot of those smash cans, and these always looked really pretty kind of coming out of there. So we'll have a few just poking out. My gosh, I can't forget our candle. So I have another one here, all ready to go. You just twist it on. And we're gonna nestle him right in there. Fudge, peanut butter balls. Oh, I haven't made those in years. Soft Christmas peppermints, cutout cookies, caramel corn, cinnamon, corn, banana bread. Oh, Alta, I'll be right over. Divinity. Oh, hot cocoa mix. That's it. That's a lot. My mom made Divinity for me a few years ago because my grandma always made it. She called it Seafoam. And my nickname from her was Mutzi. Oh, Joyce, how amazing. I'm so excited for you. Is that the first time you'll be going? We love it there. Seafoam. And yep, so she would say, Mutzi, Grandma's got seafoam for you. And she always had it in the same little Tupperware container. I'm going to do one more piece of that. And just when she would open that container, the smell that came out of it was amazing. That is so exciting. In February, that's not that far off. You're from a large family, right? Thank you, Addie. I wonder how they did it too. Honestly, let's double up this one just for something different. And you could definitely put, some kind of like trim around the top of it if you don't like that edge. You had a blast. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Always burned your fingers. I've never had those date balls. See, like it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, so I always would say that to my mom, like, oh, I miss Grandma's, seafoam. And if you had a cavity, you sure found out right quick, didn't you? Because that stuff hurt. There was so much sugar in there. I want this guy. Maybe just back there peeking out. It's nice that it's softer because it's bendable. And then we are going to do a little bit of the baby's breath again. I really like that in there. They have, at like Hobby Lobby, and I think on Amazon I've gotten this before too. This is more white. But they also have a package that is a little bit more cream color, I will say. Oh, I hope you do, Patricia. Yes, for sure. Those are good memories. All right, we'll tuck that in the back. Do you guys save your little scraps and things? Because I think they would come in super handy in your little projects like this, right? And they would be super fun to gift, even if it's just the cone and you don't have the springs, you know? We just rolled them up, Sweet Carrie, with some thicker cardboard or cardstock, or you could make them out of scrapbook paper. Cardstock would probably be really good because it's a little bit more substantial, right? Maybe a little of this in the front. We're almost done. Just kind of tucking that down in there. If you like baby's breath, but you don't like the white, you could definitely change that color too with tea or coffee. All right, let's tie a little something around the front of this one. Let's use a little jute. And what color shall we use of the ribbon? I think I don't think I like the brown. Ooh, the red is nice. Like that happy red, not Santa red. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much. Or even this one. I think I like this one better. All tattered and torn, even better. So let's do a little twine too, just for fun. This is a lot of fun to do. I am enjoying it. Tie this one up a little farther, maybe. The rusty, crusty stars. I don't know if Dollar Tree carries things like that. Some of this stuff, guys, has been in my little crafty stash for so long. Well, I have enjoyed having you, Patricia. Have a good day. You would hang on the tree. Really? I've never heard of that. I love it. So I'm kind of trying to just use up some of the things that I have. Even if it's not what you like, you can always paint something. You could wax it to change the look of it some, you know. We didn't use any of the bells, but I do really like the stars on there. Just play around here. Let's do that. I'm going to just hot glue it for the sake of the live. And then what was the other thing I was just thinking about putting on here? Oh, a few pine cones. We'll do that. And too, like if you get big pine cones, it is super easy to just hot glue a little bit of twine or ribbon or, you know, these kind of torn up fabric pieces and make some ornaments out of the big ones. If you have those, I've done that so many times and they look so pretty on the tree. Very rustic if you like that. Here's my little pine cones here. You can cinnamon them up. You can sparkle them up. I feel a few of those just maybe nestled in there could be cute. Oh, I love that. I think that is so stinking fun. What do you guys think? There's our little star with some twine. You would put ribbon through the top for hanging. I love this. I love that idea. Hi, Shannon. Oh, I'm sorry, Shannon, hun. Also, I heard the Penta Chameleon Varnish is being discontinued. Do you still have some? I will definitely check it out, my Shannon dear. If there is any available, it would be on my Decoupage Queen link. That is in my link tree. It's !Linktree, LINKTREE. And you would look for Decoupage Queen. Click on there, and then in the search engine, if you type the name of the product you're looking for, but also I will look to, hi Paula, thank you. Well, thank you, Denise. I appreciate that so much. And I will post the link for the candles also that came from Amazon, the little battery operated ones there. You could definitely, if you don't like that, put a little tea light in there. One of the LED kind I think would be super adorable too. You could do like little rickrack or something around the top if you like more of a finished edge. And let's just see our little spring here. See which way it likes to sit, you know? Just has to be bent up a little. The other one is sitting in there real good. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks you, Lisa. Hi, Tina. Oh my gosh, guys, the turkey's back in front of my window. Thank you so much, Jen and Linda. You just kind of have to manipulate your spring. There we go. Oh my gosh. I am so glad that you like it. I'm going to do up one more to go with these two. I think things in odd numbers are best. You could put this in a little wooden tray of sorts if you kind of like that look, and zhuzh up some things on the bottom with pine cones or little doilies. I think that would be adorable. Little scrap pieces of scrapbook paper. You could hang little tags off of these and make those. If you have little wooden tags, I think that would be adorable, especially if you're going to gift it, to have that kind of hanging off the side. Thank you guys so much for those hearts. Of course, your rusty, crusty stars. Rice paper for sure. I think you could Mod Podge right around the cone and just look for pieces, even if you have, like lighter cardboard. Hi, Patty, hon. Hey, sweet Rach. Thank you so much, Marlene. How are you, beautiful Rach? Good idea. You have some springs. I'm so glad. You need to buy some of the springs. I love this. I'm so glad that you do. I thought it was a lot of fun. And honestly, if you check out Whatnot, the app, I just typed in there rusty bed springs, and lots of people popped up. I'm still kind of learning about it myself. You as well, sweet Jen, my darling neighbor. Grunge up some of it with your ink pads if you have it. Paint them if you don't like the color. I think there's many things you could do. Use all your scraps and decoupage a whole bunch of it all the way around, right? I know, right, Linda? I didn't necessarily think it was mine either, but I quite like this quite a bit. And if you do fake bakes, I know a lot of primitive home decor includes some of that. That could be beautiful in there too. I'm so glad it's Friday too, sweetheart. I think only on Sunday. I think. Nice to have you, Joyce. Thank you so much for being here. I'll message you, my sweet Rach, okay? So if you do make these, I would love to see them. If you want to share, you can definitely post things on the VIP Keli-Kat Crafts page. That's exactly what it's called. You can share lives into that. You can share things that you have made. We love seeing that kind of stuff. VIP Keli-Kat Crafts. You just have to answer a couple of questions. If you don't mind doing that, I would greatly appreciate it, and I can get you approved in there. And we can just keep sharing with each other, right? So that's what I have for you guys today. Something a little bit different, a little primitive, right? But the silver is still available in the chameleon varnish. Okay, good to know, Shannon. I did not know that. All right, guys, please enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it is you have on your agenda. Thanks for spending some of it with me. I love you all and appreciate you so very much, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, talk to you then. Bye-bye.